All right, everybody. This is Stevie Breach coming to you from the NWO zone over here. John Cena Nation, running wild. WrestleMania 41, night 2. Took me about 2 hours to get back to the hotel here after the show, with the walk and then the monorail. Thank you to the trams that were out there. They really helped. I can tell you this much. I am exhausted. I'm beat. I got one more full day here in Vegas. I'm glad for that. I am hungry. I'm excited for Monday Night Raw to find out what the story is going to be. I watched two people's videos, not like full-length videos, just like videos they uploaded to Twitter. I listened to Robbie from Barstool. I listened to Brandon Walker from Barstool. Both of them thought that the ending to WrestleMania was flat and not what they thought it was going to be. I'm not going to let their opinions ruin my thoughts of what is going on. But I liked WrestleMania 41. I liked the whole thing all the way through. There was one match, night 1, that I just didn't really care for. I think I took a break for a little bit. And then tonight there was one match that just wasn't for me. But everything else was really, really damn cool. Story of the night is going to be John Cena winning 17. The only thing that I can say that I didn't like about the finish of the match was basically that I didn't see it coming. They were fighting over the belt. Cena finally hit Cody with the belt. Then it was over. I really thought he was going to kick out. I think everybody wanted to see The Rock. Everybody wanted to see Austin. Everybody wanted to see, what was going down. Run-in-a-thons, whether if it was Jey Uso, CM Punk, this, that, and the other. The ending to WrestleMania 40 was a run-in-a-thon. We had Solo Sikoa. We had John Cena. We had The Rock. We had The Undertaker. I think people thought that was going to happen again. I talked about it in a few of my videos, but I just didn't think that they just wanted to have the same finish the next year. Maybe you wait a couple of years, you do the same thing again. It was a really hot finish. People enjoyed it. Gave them like the throwbacks to like nostalgia and things like that. But I don't know. I really liked it. The only thing that I didn't like was the fact that I was surprised. It just didn't have the normal end of a John Cena match. But then again, I think with heel John Cena, everything's not going to be the same. Things are going to be different. We're not used to seeing him cheat. We're not used to him being evil. He's probably going to start attacking people from behind. Well, not start. He's done it a few times to Cody. But everything about this is going to be different. I'm not sure if he's working Backlash, which I think is going to be in 2 weeks in St. Louis. I don't know if Cody gets a shot right away. I don't know if it's Orton's hometown, so we get that dream match of Orton versus Cena. He jumps up to there. But, there's a lot of questions. I'm excited to see where we go from there. Like I said, I've been watching things for the last year. I'm not really quite sure which guys can go after which belts, what shows they're on. They never really finished the free agency deal. They kind of just didn't mention it anymore. But damn good night. Before I get into everything, I had a lot of fun with Jeremy. Rockin Nolles is the name of his channel. He's really helped me out this whole week. He introduced me to one of his friends, which is connecting people through wrestling. I can't remember his name, but I wound up with 2 of these somehow. I think everybody has seen wrestling and seen the guy who has the sign. It says connecting people through wrestling, and it's got a hole in the middle. So I don't know. I told him that I remembered him at Revolution 2020 in Chicago because Ambrose hit Jericho with the sign, and it was wrapped around his head. Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe Jericho hit Ambrose, or his name is not Ambrose. It's Moxley. But good shit. I ran into Isaac who's from my hometown. And he's been watching my channel for a really long time, so that was awesome. I really wish I could get like it doesn't even have to be big. Like a McDonald's cheeseburger would be awesome, but like some kind of a burger, that would be great. I don't even know if they have like delivery pizza places, because I'm on the Strip and I don't think anybody would want to like go there, but I didn't really see anything in my hotel. That might be the only like real negative about it. There's a taco place that I know about that's downstairs, but they had already shut the gate, even though they were full of people in there. I think the people that work there are just trying to get out of there. They must have closed at 10 or something like that. I got like protein bars, but what am I gonna do? Eat like 3 of those things? And they're basically like eating like chocolate, so that's fucking not gonna do anything for me. When I went to Target, that was like kind of the one. Oh, I got that beef jerky. I can eat enough beef jerky to make like a steak or something like that, but yeah, whatever. That's probably going to be the late night dinner here, but WrestleMania 41 Night 2, really, really good show. Really, really good show, almost top to bottom. Eio Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, one hell of a finish, one hell of a match, almost all the way through. I've already, have egg all over my face. Eio Sky beat Rhea Ripley in a match that I said, like, she wasn't going to win because she's Eio Sky. Okay, for the people that, called me out on that, I know who Eio Sky is now. That chick's good, and she had a lot of fans. There was a lot of people cheering for Eio. So, whenever she had her big run in WWE, I missed it. And, I know she is now. Bianca Belair not getting the job done, being so stunned when it was over. It seemed like the camera was on her more than it was on Rhea Ripley. But damn good match. Bunch of finishes. They could have gone either way. Just off fresh in my mind, might be one of the best women's matches recently that I've seen. It definitely was better than the WrestleMania 35 main event of Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey. Damn good match. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest was one hell of a street fight. We saw tables. All sorts of gimmicks got pulled out during that one. Drew McIntyre, it is so funny to think about what he was like as the chosen one, the guy in 3-man band. When he left WWE, went to like Evolve, Impact, it seemed like he was wrestling everywhere as Drew Galloway. His character is better than that. He's just awesome. He beat Damian Priest straight up. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Drew McIntyre against Jey Uso. Heard a story about Jey Uso, not really being friendly with people at the WWE party after last night when he was WWE champion. As of right now, as much like Yeet stuff as I was wearing, that story made me like really change my opinion on Jey. And to be at a wrestling party that a lot of people paid money to be at because you were there, to not really want to interact or talk to anybody, or just going off on people, to give you your own space. I put him like in Mark Henry land, like respect my privacy. I don't know about that guy anymore. Dom winning the Intercontinental Champion, one hell of a moment. It was awesome to see Dom go after Finn catch him, Finn beat up Dom to go off the top rope as Finn had his finish in and looked like he was going to win, and he stole it. And now Monday, it's going to be awesome to see what the story is, if we see the blow up of Judgment Day, or if Finn has to be in the background, like kind of like eating crow, that Dom is kind of like the leader now. He has the Intercontinental Champion. Maybe Finn has to come up with some elaborate plan in order to steal the title, maybe find themselves in another like 3-way situation where it's them and somebody else, and he has a chance to beat Dom. But Dom recently cooled off a lot. I think people still like to hate him, but when he won, that place blew up. And the only thing that came close to that was when Randy Orton came out and was waiting to see who his special guest was going to be to take him on. Joe Hendry. People exploded for this guy. I don't know a lot about this guy. Pretty much the only time I've ever seen him wrestle is in the Rumble. I just don't watch TNA. I wish I did. Dolph Ziggler made a joke about it at his comedy show that, you have to like have a satellite dish and you have to like beam it off your neighbor's, convertible to be able to pick up the signal. I just wish it was easier to find out there on the internet or on TV somehow. But Hendry comes out, place goes bananas. I mean, everybody knows that song. Everybody knows that face. And Orton beat him. Really, really fast match. Really nothing much to it. Orton doing the Joe Hendry pose, picking him up, dusting him off, wishing him luck, and then hitting him with another RKO. Everybody saw those coming. But really cool that TNA would let him do that and, lose in that kind of thing. If I was TNA, you do want to have your champion on WrestleMania, but maybe not losing in 3 minutes, even if it is against Randy Orton. That's just my opinion, but for him to be there and TNA to give it to him, hats off to them. Logan Paul beat AJ. Match started out good, ended up getting slow, had a pretty good finish. People hate Logan Paul, but you can hear people in the crowd like putting him over. Like, why does he have to be this good? Like anybody but him, but it's him. Dude, Logan Paul is a good wrestler. I'll tell you the truth. I've heard stories about him. I don't know a ton about him, but the guy can fucking wrestle. That's what I do know. Hats off to Logan Paul getting the win there. The match that, just wasn't for me. Lyra Valkyrie getting Becky Lynch to come out and team with her, beating Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag belts. Lyra Valkyrie, I guess she grew up idolizing Becky Lynch. It was her favorite wrestler. Getting her to come out there. Even after the match ended, I was like, well, is Becky back, or did Becky just wrestle one night? Then I was like, oh, they won the tag belt, so I guess she's back. It's not like they would have her win just to strip them. But then I was like, they don't really defend these women belts all the time. Like in this last year, we've seen the United States, and I believe that they have an Intercontinental title, which isn't Lyra Valkyrie, the girls who's the women's Intercontinental champ. And now she's got, 2 belts. Becky 2 belts. But, I was really surprised those mid-card championships didn't get defended on WrestleMania. Especially with how hot, Chelsea Green has been. And I think she really would have knocked it out of the park. You saw her, everywhere. All WrestleMania weekend doing things for WWE. I think that's why they like her so much. But, damn, how do you not have her on the card somehow? And then we finished with Cena and Cody. Big match feel. Had everybody in the palm of their hands. Last night's 3-way. We stood up when Seth came out and never sat down. I'll tell you, I stood up the whole time, but I want to say 3/4 of the stadium sat down and watched this match. I stood up. I asked the guy behind me, I was like, you cool if we stand? And he's like, yeah, he thought it was better to feel than sitting up, sitting down, sitting up, sitting down. So we stood the whole time. Bunch of big spots in that match. Travis Scott coming out, being kind of like the guy that made the biggest impact on the match. That's kind of soft to me, but I guess I understand it. At least Cody got his hands on Travis Scott. He was saying, I remember, come in here, come get yours. Called him out. Travis Scott, had the balls to get into the ring. Didn't end well for him, but in the end, Cena gets the win. Cena gets number 17, ends the show walking off into the sunset. So, man, I thought it was a damn good show. I really, really did. WrestleMania 41, Night 2. Finish surprised me, but I still think damn good match, damn good night of wrestling, damn 2 good nights of wrestling. Vegas, one hell of a host, and we got one more night. And then that's it. Back to Sacramento. Back to the world, back to work. Damn. Wednesday. I go to work at 5 in the morning. I'm not looking forward to that.